at Government House. I'm Regis Cartwright. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. The Director of Aviation signals progress for Grand Bahamas International Airport. Also, Bahamas Air takes on an additional route this summer. And the Minister for Grand Bahama shares the latest on the Restoration Village project.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news from the podium at the Office of the Prime Minister's press briefing Thursday afternoon. Director of Aviation, Dr. Kenneth Romer, providing not only insight but also renewed hope concerning the Grand Bahama International Airport's status. Our Matthew Martinborough has more in tonight's top story.
Grand Bahama International Airport. You have not been forgotten. I won't even say anything else about Grand Bahama because this is personal to me for Grand Bahama. I've been a part of the community. It was one of the first projects that I had a chance to be involved in since assuming this office. There's been months and months of negotiation and looking again at what's right for Grand Bahama. But I'm very happy that we're in a place where Grand Bahama will get their new international airport, and there is not a day that goes by where Grand Bahama is not top of mind.
There, taking the podium at the Office of the Prime Minister's press briefing Thursday afternoon is the Director of Aviation, Dr. Kenneth Romer. Through his address, Romer brought forward a proposed flight plan, highlighting future-focused initiatives like international partnerships, training and development for appropriate aviation staff, and air travel expansion between the Family Islands and foreign countries. However, many tuning in awaited to hear of any updates as it pertained to infrastructure, many surrounding the Grand Bahama International Airport. Romer says the Grand Bahama International Airport has not been forgotten whatsoever, with the first phase plans being evidence of ensuring the aviation's hub's renaissance.
In January of 2024, January the 2nd if I recall, they got commissioned or recommissioned the domestic terminal. And that was the first phase, just to bring about some immediate relief to a storm-damaged facility. And then following that, there was the demolition. When we speak about the first phase, we speak about the planning phase, because before there can be active construction, there has to be meticulous planning.
The aviation director, however, did note an update is soon to be announced, with that notice to be coming directly from the nation's leader, stemming from months of planning and negotiations.
So there has been months of planning for the Grand Bahama International Airport, and I won't preempt the Deputy Prime Minister or the Prime Minister, but I've been advised that great news is coming very soon for Grand Bahama, and all of the plans for construction are urgent. Grand Bahama has been long awaiting it, and I'm very optimistic that Grand Bahama will see a new airport come 2026.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Still on aviation news, an international flight out of Grand Bahama is now connecting residents directly to Orlando, Florida, marking a potential boost for both travel and tourism this summer. The route launched earlier this month and is being promoted by the nation's flag carrier as a convenient option for summer.
Orlando was chosen because it's one of the hot spots for the summer travelers. If we look at when we look at our load factors, especially flying out of Nassau, Orlando is the heaviest route that we've been seeing. The bookings have picked up tremendously, and we've been getting the demand out of Grand Bahama. Likewise, for Bahamas Air to fly directly into Orlando. To get to Orlando on Bahamas Air is just starting at $319 round trip. Now, which means the earlier you book, the more you save.
Despite the upbeat rollout, Deputy Director of Sales and Marketing Wilfred Mullings notes that the flight is currently seasonal. Still, with Grand Bahama long struggling with limited airlift options, this new route is expected to inject much-needed revenue into the local economy, benefiting hotels, small businesses, transportation services, and workers across the island.
The same demand and request that we've been getting locally, we've been getting it on the international side as well for a service of this nature to be a year-round service. So it would definitely bring good rewards for the economy here in Grand Bahama.
Thanks, Raven. Well, the Minister for Grand Bahama, during her budget communication, shared details of the ongoing impact of the Restoration Village project, a vital community of transition homes created to support displaced families and individuals in need. She noted that, to date, the initiative has provided assistance to 71 individuals, offering not just shelter, but a stepping stone toward stability and renewed hope.
There are currently 12 families occupying Restoration Village homes, and the COLAB team has assisted residents with document recovery to apply for passports, NIB cards, and bank accounts. So many have lost so much after Hurricane Dorian. For some residents, it was the first time they had ever owned these essential documents. Enrolling children in school, and purchasing uniforms and supplies, gaining employment through beautiful Grand Bahama or in the private sector, and groceries via the COLAB pantry.
In addition, the minister highlighted that the COLAB Wellness Officer continues to play a key role in the initiative, offering mentorship and counseling, not only to residents of the Restoration Village, but also to Grand Bahamians throughout the wider community.
In keeping with our mandate, COLAB also distributed cleaning care packages to support the residents impacted by fires earlier this year. Through the power of collaboration, lives are being impacted and transformed.
Still to come.
A summer to remember. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture reveals what's in store for 2025. That story, sports, and more when we come back.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Grace Bible Fellowship Church invites you to Conference 2025, The King is Coming. Join host pastor Reverend John R. Swain June 24th to 28th for nightly workshops and Saturday sessions, then celebrate the 38th anniversary service Sunday, June 29th at 11 a.m. with guest speaker Dr. Paul Cannings. Walk, run, or cycle in the Ministry for Grand Bahama's Welcoming Home 5K Road Race and Health Fair on Saturday, July 5th, beginning at 6 a.m. at the Harold de Gregory Complex. Bring the family for a morning of fitness, fun, and culture. Get free health screenings after the race and purchase a healthy breakfast from participating vendors. Registration is free. Go to ministryforgb.com to register today. Come and be blessed at the New Life Worship Center in Freeport, Grand Bahama, where Bishop Simeon Ouden is the senior pastor. Services are on Sunday at 9 a.m. and Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Come and experience a time of praise and worship in the Word.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. This past Thursday was National Report Card Day, a day many had been looking forward to as the academic year ends, with parents not only collecting the end-of-year progression reports, but also inquiring more about their respective child's behavior and scholastic strengths and weaknesses. Speaking with principals of Sister Mary Patricia Russell Junior High, Shakita Thompson, and St. George's High School Principal Bronwyn Smith, they say the reception they have seen from parents has been overall positive.
Some of the parents have been really concerned that their children were struggling, and they've seen the slight improvement. I told them, even if it's an improvement from 1.5 to 1.8, that's an improvement, and we want to encourage the children to do better.
We had a fair turnout today of excited and interested parents to see where their children are at now for the end of the school year.
With the formal academic year concluding, both schools are now preparing for summer school beginning July. Despite the typical negative sentiment, the venture has been viewed, as the head educators say, it's a simple time for improvement.
So we want them to embrace the opportunity. It's not a punishment, it's an improvement. So there's a big difference. So come on board, we're welcoming them.
Especially in literacy and numeracy that they might have not quite have grasped, and also gives the opportunity for them to do some positive socialization during the summertime rather than just being at home watching the TV or being on a cell phone.
Well, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture Grand Bahama is rolling out its 2025 summer camps open to kids and teens up to age 17. Director of Sports and Officer of Ministry Youth, Sports and Culture, Norris Bean, is encouraging young people to register online or visit campsites in person, adding that all camps are completely free of charge.
The camps will start July 7th and they will run until August 1st. One component about the camp that is different this year is that all of the instructors that are being hired, especially in the sporting area, all of those persons after the 6 weeks or 4 weeks of camp are going to be certified locally.
Culture officers and camp organizers say the camps will include everything from sports to the arts, noting that the Department of Youth, Sports and Culture is serving up a summer packed with excitement, offering camps for every student looking to make the most of the break.
So this year, the Division of Cultural Affairs in Grand Bahama have decided to host our first Junkanoo camp.
The attendees will learn about the history of Junkanoo. They'll learn basic costume building.
The Grand Bahama Flag Football League has been around for some 15 years. We will hone in on the skills of passing, throwing, and route running.
Not only going to be doing tennis, but we're going to do swimming and golf, a little bit of pickleball.
We will be providing certification in scoring, linesmen, and also basic volleyball skills.
Well, thyroid cancer survivor David Wallace is encouraging men to get their annual checkups after his recent thyroid cancer diagnosis that he says was caught between stages 1 and 2. The dreaded disease left doctors removing a 2.5-inch tumor from his throat last September. Now the former MP and comedian is committed to helping a local organization in the fight against cancer.
Raise funds to help both the Cancer Society and the Cancer Association once a year to do an annual fundraiser, because when people are affected, if persons don't have a couple of dollars, unfortunately, Dr. Ilse Grant Taylor says you see them in the paper every Thursday. I was fortunate enough to have had some funds set aside that I could have paid, and it would have cost me almost $50,000 between the surgery, the chemotherapy and radiation treatment afterwards, and the travel to Nassau.
Friends of David Wallace and the One Bahamas Executive Committee have organized the David Wallace Weekend of Love that begins with an evening of comedy and Bahamian culture at the BMES Auditorium Friday at 7. Tickets are $25 and $30. A walkathon and family fun day begins at 6 a.m. on Saturday, leaving the Seahorse Plaza, where a free grand gospel concert takes place at Freeport Bible Church Sunday at 6 p.m. Chairs of the One Bahamas Executive Committee are Terrence Gape and Churchill Tenor Knowles. Then they're asking the public to support the event that will help to cover Wallace's ongoing medical expenses after he has served Grand Bahama for the past 30 years.
Good man. He's been a stalwart member of the Freeport community and the West End community, I think.
Yes, 8 Mile Rock, West
8
End.
Mile Rock, West End. And we got to support our mainstays.
And we all fall in need, and as we all know, medicine is very expensive, and I know he has already spent a lot on his health, and so this is only to support him and to continue for him to have the treatment that's needed.
And finally, in news tonight, what's happening? Grand Bahama, sponsored by the Ministry for Grand Bahama, takes our Shalia Roll on another adventure filled with twists and turns. If you're looking for something fun to do, well, here's why. She says you may consider the West End Eco Tours, and that's a look at, that's coming up in this report.
If you're looking for the real Grand Bahama experience, head west, all the way to the tip of the island where the ocean meets old school island charm, and every step feels like a story waiting to be told. We started our journey in West End, the island's oldest settlement, where locals greet you like family and the sea breeze is always flowing. First up, food, because island adventures run on full bellies. Tucked just off the main road, Kilo's Kitchen is a spot where the grill stays hot and the vibes are hotter. Kilo himself served as comforters straight out of the fryer. Cracked lobster with the crispy edge. Insider tip, don't skip the homemade guava sauce, it's liquid gold.
When I first started out, my menu honestly used to be just wings and fries, but through the years, me being a progressive learner, I add things onto it, seeing things, adding things, seeing things with different culture, and just being like, all right, I could try that, but put my little twist on it. So starting from wings and fries, now I got a whole barrage of things.
Next, we cruise over to Sherry on the Bay, a colorful dockside hangout with history in every bite. This is where the beloved pickled conch was first perfected. Tender conch marinated in lime, peppers and onions, and that unmistakable Bahamian magic. With a quick demo from a local fisherman, we grabbed a conch shell, tapped it with a hammer, and coaxed the sea snail free. Messy, yes. Easy, not quite. Satisfying, absolutely.
So originated here, the pickled conch. It started back at about 15 years ago. It went viral. I mean, and everywhere in the Bahamas, people is looking forward to the pickled conch.
To end the day, we headed to the shallows with Keith Cooper, West End stingray expert and part-time maritime whisperer. Within minutes, sleek rays were gliding around us like curious underwater puppies. Keith called each one by name seriously, and they came right up from a gentle swim.
I have a very romantic relationship with these stingrays, and I do mean that. These are the joys of my life. Because why? They've adopted me into their world, and I'm able to share that with people like you.
West End isn't about tourist traps, it's about authenticity. It's the hands that cook your food, the laughter on the docks, and the gentle flap of a stingray wings under Bahamian sun. So next time you're in Grand Bahama, skip the usual, head west, eat local, crack a conch shell. You'll leave salty, full, and totally in love. That's what's happening in West Grand Bahama. Stay tuned. We will be back in the Western area to show you what happens next. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Certainly good stuff there, and that's a look at stories making news. Our Jay Philippe is up next, live from the National Baseball Games.
Yes, we are coming to you live at the Emera Baseball Park on Grand Bahama for this year's 2025 Bahamas Baseball Association Junior National Championships, where some 30 teams throughout the Bahamas will be competing for bragging rights. We'll be back with sports right after this break.
From July 2nd through the 10th, Grand Bahama is the place to be. Don't miss the Welcoming Home Grand Cultural Festival in downtown Freeport, Saturday, July 5th, beginning at 7 p.m. Bahamian food, arts and crafts, kids corner, and live performances by Recon Bahamas, Sherrod Taylor, Nishi LS, Avi, and Dima. Go to ministryforgb.com for the full welcoming calendar of events. The Ministry for Grand Bahama invites residents and Grand Bahamians everywhere to unite and celebrate our beautiful island in grand style at the Welcoming Home Grand Expo, July 2nd through 10th. It's a week of events that you cannot miss. Save the date and get ready for Welcoming Home.
Problem gambling affects men and women, young and old, across the Bahamas, financially, mentally, and even physically. Family members and friends also deal with the serious consequences of a gambler's addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, reach out. Support is available. Speak to a trained counselor today at 242-425-2360. The Gaming Board for the Bahamas encourages you to gamble responsibly.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody does it better.
A new era is dawning in Grand Bahama. An opportunity, it's knocking louder than ever. Introducing Tract B, Bahama Reef Yacht and Country Club, Unit 1. A prime corner commercial property with steps from the Port Lacaya Marketplace, crystal clear waters, and white sandy beaches. This expansive 4.8-acre tract is zoned for commercial and multi-use development. Envision a thriving restaurant, a boutique hotel, or an entertainment hub unique to your vision come to life. You can live, work, play, and learn in paradise when you seize this rare opportunity today. Collaborate with DEFCO and let's shape the future of Grand Bahama Island together.
This June, as ZNS Northern Service takes you on a journey to one of the most captivating islands in the Bahamas.
And even the crystal waters of Ocean Key, we're showing you the best. Plus, an exclusive look at luxury and excitement at Resorts World Bimini.
Join us on June 23rd through the 27th for news and daily shows live right here from Resorts World Bimini. Bimini awaits.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. We're bringing you sports live at the Grand Bahama Emera Baseball Park for this year's 2025 Junior Baseball Championships, live from the park. And I have with me CJ, the president of the Bahamas Baseball Association. Day one was just awesome. Day two, some competitive games so far. What all went to this year's Nationals?
Oh, today has been very, very good. This is the highest and most exciting baseball time in the country. And we're excited to be here. Thanks to Grand Bahama Port Authority for helping us to get here. And we're here with the Andre Rogers Baseball National Championships in honor of Nigel Doodle. We have the best of the best that have come from all over the Family Islands, inclusive of Nassau, just to be crowned champions. And so, exciting games, exciting action, and we're looking forward to see who will walk away with gold medal in each division.
I know the Bahamas has produced so many baseball players at the professional level. A number of these guys playing today going to be some of our professional baseball players. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. What you see here today is the future stars. You're going to see the very same kids here one day in minor leagues as well in the major leagues. So I would advise everybody to come on now. You want to see these kids now where you can come in for $10 as opposed to seeing them in a few years where you got to pay $200 for a ticket. This is the best of the best. Come on now and support them. We're looking for a good final finish.
Okay, again, this is day 2 of the Bahamas Baseball Association Andre Rogers Baseball Championship in Grand Bahama. Also joining me live is Greg Burrows. Greg is the head coach of Freedom Farm 12U team. Your team has been dominating for many years now.
Yeah, last 10, 12 years we've won. We're excited to be here again. We have a really good team again. We look forward to taking home the gold, and it's exciting for us to get out of Nassau and show the other islands what we could do as well, you know, and we were excited to see what they could do and have fun. So,
is there a rivalry between Freedom Farm and JBLN?
So they say, yeah. But you know, it's been competitive over the years, and we think, and for me, and I'm in the development space, so I like for my boys to have good competition and travel and have exposure, see different kids, and just have the whole experience of baseball. You know, you meet people, the camaraderie. We get to experience the hotel here. You know, they've been taking care of us, and the bus drive, and all the small details to the tournament it's been perfect for us, and we enjoy our stay.
There you go. That is the head coach of the Freedom Farm, also the president of the Bahamas Baseball Association. We're live at the Emera Baseball Park for this year's 2025 championships. Back to you guys in Studio Remiko. I'm Jay Philippe.
What is Business Fit? Business Fit is a group health insurance package offered by BAF Financial. What are some of the benefits of Business Fit? No deductible, dental and vision care, hospital room and board, surgical treatment, labs, medication and drugs, maternity, doctors, clinics, specialist visits, chemotherapy and radiation treatment, air and ground ambulance, and preventative care. Business Fit, offered by BAF Financial.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
The Ministry for Grand Bahama invites residents and Grand Bahamians everywhere to unite and celebrate our beautiful island in grand style at the Welcoming Home Grand Expo, July 2nd through 10th. It's a week of events that you cannot miss. Save the date and get ready for Welcoming Home.
Grand Bahama, it's the time of celebration. The Bahama Brass Band presents with a Shout Wheel March, celebrating a combined 170 years of service, duty, and music ministry. 100 years Nassau and 70 years Grand Bahama. With special guests, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force Band, female contingent. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. It's all happening at 7 p.m. Grand Lukai in Ballroom, Saturday, the 26th of July, 2025, with a Shout Wheel March.
The Fluid
Factory and the Rhythm 102.7 FM brings it to you. The Reunion 3, the mega old school party. Saturday, June 28th. Performing live. Bahamas is the one you know and love. The hitmaker Tanya Stevens.
Yo, Freeport, this is your girl Tanya Stevens inviting you to join me for the Reunion 3. And it's at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Yo, I want the boom box. Love the way you have the boom stuff.
Oh yes, Tanya Stevens live. Doing all her hits at the Reunion 3. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Get your early bird tickets now. This one will sell out. Tickets are $60 VIP, $100 platinum, table $650, skybox $2,800. Act like you know with Tanya Stevens performing live. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Gates open at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Reunion3.com. Tanya Stevens performing live.
Make sure we see you. When I'm there right here.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the Prime Minister lets us in on the legacy he hopes to leave, one beyond buildings and monuments. Also, the anticipated Royal Beach Club well on track for scheduled completion, with the company so far keeping its promise to hire Bahamians only. And a show and tell for the country's oldest public secondary school marking a major milestone. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Fresh from a local meeting with the IMF and only hours after wrapping up a marathon budget debate in the House of Assembly last evening, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, showed up for a mid-morning event on Blue Hill Road where he drove home the message that while an investment in bricks and mortar is nice, one in compassion and humanity is even better. Listen in. The Prime Minister's presence at an official opening, ribbon cutting, or unveiling, not much of a surprise, but his blunt approach at the commissioning ceremony of the Department of Social Services' newly renovated headquarters this morning was. From the onset, he made it clear that his appearance was about much more than simply admiring a building. As he put it, he could care less about its new paint, size, or modern accessibility.
When I think about what it means to lead this country, it comes down to one thing: how we treat people, especially those who can't give us anything in return. My life has taught me that. I wasn't born into privilege, or as my grandfather say, I had no silver spoon in my mouth. I know what it means to struggle. I've seen what poverty can do to a family. I've watched people fight hard to survive in a system that sometimes makes them feel small or forgotten.
And that served as a springboard for what came next. An assurance that no Bahamian should ever feel ashamed to ask for help. On the other end, it must be the government's solemn duty to help those who need it most. And according to the Prime Minister, if that were to mean cutting the red tape or finding another dollar, just do it.
You know, I would rather our government do too much for someone in need than to be remembered for doing too little. When you walk into the Department of Social Services, you should be met with respect, not suspicion, with warmth, not bureaucracy. If someone is coming to you for help, chances are they've already been through enough. And let me say this to the staff who serve here, from the front desk to the back office. You are doing a sacred work. For you, this alone is not only a job. This is service.
A service he vowed to provide the tools needed to get the job done.
You know, we have...
Now, as you just heard, it was a long night for House members who last night signed off on the 2025-2026 budget, clearing the way for debate to move to the upper chamber. Our Corval Pyfrom is here with more.
Parliamentarians actually finished their work on the budget around 10, but debate in the House of Assembly last night did not wrap up until almost 1 in the morning. But in the end, the Davis administration's 2025-26 budget has climbed a major hurdle.
In light of the sensitivity of this matter, you have just two things. Just permit me to complete it. Have the consultation with the stakeholders, one, and then two, again, allay any concerns, unwarranted fears that this is merely a tidying up exercise.
I thought you are now causing me to think that this genuine concern about the bill is not truly genuine. I'm an open book, you know. Right? If I find wrongdoing, I deal with it. This is not about to cover up anything. This is to be transparent.
Now, earlier in the day, the Prime Minister, during his wrap-up, reported that the Bahamas has successfully returned to the international capital markets with a more than $1 billion bond issuance in U.S. dollars. This, he says, has allowed the government to repurchase over $760 million in older debt, extend repayment timeline by over 2 years, and reduce near-term obligations by more than $450 million. With the new issuance, Mr. Davis says investor confidence was strong, with the bond nearly 4 times oversubscribed.
This reflects the international market growing trust in our economic reforms and fiscal discipline. This is why everything we are doing in our debt strategy is important. And these are the tangible outcomes of the work we are putting in. Proceeds from this issuance will support both debt management and national development.
And with the bill now passed in the House of Assembly, it moves on to the Senate debate. They're expected to get underway on Monday. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Thanks, Corval. Well, the Davis administration's pumping millions of dollars to improve airport infrastructure across the country with the aim of making the islands more accessible, safer for travelers, and more appealing to tourists, investors, and returning Bahamians. While wrapping up the budget debate in the lower chamber Thursday, Prime Minister, the Honourable Philip Davis, stressed that the initiative is about expanding opportunities island by island. And this as the government prepares to sign a new airport terminal in Long Island within the next 60 days. The project's expected to complement the $20 million contract signed on Wednesday for the construction of a new runway at the Deadman Ski Airport, marking the first step in the government's $150 million National Airport Redevelopment Program.
We'll be executing contracts for new runways and airside works in Black Point, Rock Sound, Crooked Island, terminal buildings in Grand Bahama, Black Point, terminal buildings in Rock Sound, Mangrove Key, Rumkey, Cat Island terminal runway are already underway.
The Prime Minister went further to stress that his government is doing the heavy lifting.
This will be the single largest investment in Family Island airport infrastructure ever made by any government in Bahamian history. And when you add
the separate investments in Exuma, North Eleuthera, and Bimini, we're looking at more than $300 million in total investment. Now, I hope you understand now. I say wait and see. Keep waiting and you can see. It's right there. These investments will unlock. These investments will unlock new opportunities. With these contracts signed, we'll also unlock capital and confidence.
Meantime, Health and Wellness Minister, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville's responding to concerns about the doctors on-call system as expressed by MP for Central Grand Bahama, Iram Lewis. Darville revealing they're posting a cross-section of doctors in the Family Islands. By doing so, doctors are now in place during their regular times rather than allowing for the on-call system to kick in. The minister also responded to Long Island MP Adrian Gibson's questions about the longevity of stem cell and gene therapy research in the Bahamas. Gibson reasons there was an allocation of about $250,000 in last year's and this year's budget, but not much has been said about health's ongoing efforts.
The longevity and stem cell legislation and is now enacted. The board is already formed. The ethics committee is formed. We are now renovating a location where we will operate from, and we also launch a digital platform called LATA, which means that anyone who applied to be a part of this industry in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas can do it digitally. It's state-of-the-art, and as you can see, right now we've allocated $250,000, but we anticipate with the licenses that would be issued, this particular line item, we will pump money into the Treasury. And in doing so, it will become self-sufficient.
But Gibson didn't stop there. He also quizzed Darville on the cost of this week's historic and successful kidney transplant at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Gibson asked how much of the $1.5 million of the budget allocated for health in this budget cycle was spent on that operation. Here's what Darville had to say.
If you look at the line item going into 26-27, you'll see it's increased. Because now that we have all the nuts and bolts in place, and we can go through the process for all of the screening to see whether or not someone matched with a live donor, that costs money as well. And once that's done, we would have a lineup of individuals who qualify for the transplant, and we will start the process. As far as the cost for what has happened, I will get back to you on that.
Coming up, remaining on the cutting edge of energy reform and technology. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
What you doing, man?
I'm getting ready for this heat, boy. But you want to see what's in this box? The ghost pepper chicken sandwich, boy. Get an apple pie, fries, and ghost pepper, chicken, wing. See, you look at me? Four. Yeah, baby.
Try our new Ghost Pepper Chicken Box today. Available for a limited time only.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Only one item? Are you tired of limited choices? I'll have the one item on the menu, thank you. Wow! So many choices. Why settle for less when you deserve more? When it comes to the ways you pay, the more, the better. With a variety of payment options available, you can enjoy the freedom to choose what works best for you. Choose freedom. Choose flexibility. Choose from the full menu of payment options. The future of pay is digital.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
You're looking at a shot there of Saunders Beach and that strip of West Bay Street. That shot courtesy of our drone pilot, Neville Smith. Welcome back. Royal Caribbean executives providing an update on the Paradise Island Royal Beach Club, set to make its debut this December. And as Danielle Dean tells us, much to the company's pleasure, the project is well on track.
Royal Caribbean Group Bahamas President Philip Simon says the hiring process for the Royal Beach Club on Paradise Island is going well.
We're in the second wave of our recruitment process. You would have heard recently the engagement of several executives, directors, and led by our general manager, Troy Smith.
The company is now seeking to fill managerial supervisor positions.
And hopefully by the end of the summer, we would have had engaged the target number of about 150 Bahamians in terms of direct employment under the Royal Beach Club at Paradise Island. Of course, this does not include the numbers that will come as a part of the JV partnerships and the vendors who will be providing third-party services to us.
Simon says Royal Caribbean is encouraged by the amount of third-party applicants thus far that will help to bring the project to fruition, with Bahamians at the forefront as promised.
Just amazing the amount of submissions we've had from talented and creative Bahamians straight across the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And so we hope to be making decisions on that particular program over the next month or so.
Adding, the Royal Caribbean Group is making a hustle to engage other vendors: medical, food and beverage, landscaping, pool maintenance, and others. As for the construction of the club itself,
development, we're moving 1,000 miles an hour. Obviously, we want Endeavour to be open in December of this year. A couple of weeks ago at the Chamber luncheon, we said we were about 50% completed. We're a little north now, 50%.
Nevertheless, the president says they're turning the wheels as fast as they can to achieve their goal.
We're not looking for any other month. We're certainly not looking into 2026.
A goal that is welcomed by all parties. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
The Bahamas is taking strategic steps to remain on the cutting edge of energy reform and technology, and to do so, a local delegation's engaging with global leaders in the field, attending high-level workshops and energy site tours across Europe. A key focus of the mission is the expansion of ocean energy technologies and the potential benefits they hold for the Bahamas. Ocean energy is being touted as the next major leap in renewable power, and this considering oceans cover over 70% of the planet. This form of energy then can offer consistent, around-the-clock base load power, something solar and wind energy cannot provide on their own. Now, given that the Bahamas produces about 60% of its fresh water through energy-intensive desalination, the delegation is also exploring the potential of ocean thermal energy conversion as a more sustainable method to produce clean drinking water. The group includes representatives from the Bahamas Power and Light Company, the Office of the Prime Minister, and several regional partner countries. And speaking of oceans, employees of the Department of Marine Resources participating in a series of seminars that serve as a necessary reminder why their jobs help the country remain afloat. Danielle Dean has the story.
We are the stewards of a marine area more than 20 times the size of our land mass. Protecting it, as I'm sure you all know, is no easy task.
Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister, the Honourable Jomo Campbell, reminding participants of a 3-day fisheries law enforcement workshop of what they're up against and why strategic partnerships and training are crucial. The Department of Marine Resources has not only discovered that many fishermen don't understand or even know the regulations in place, but that some choose to blatantly ignore.
A lot of the fishermen didn't know that we actually have different sizes that they are supposed to be catching, and then they didn't know that there are close season for these sizes.
Assistant Fisheries Superintendent Nancy Gittins-Wright says local fishermen should be schooled on a few popular catch.
Nassau Grouper right now is open, and spiny lobster is actually closed until August 31st. And also stone crab season is actually closed as of June 1st to October 15th.
Kazarina McKinney, Executive Director of the Bahamas Reef Environment Educational Foundation, or BREEF, added, though, that it should not just be about protecting fish, but coral. And one need only consider the fact that they protect the island from storm damage.
We have created a number of educational materials that we shared, from fisheries regulation materials to fish identification, coral identification materials, and are hoping that these can be used for the benefit of the law enforcement agencies that are working so hard out in the field protecting our environment.
Hopefully, the 3-day seminar left employees inspired.
Let this workshop not only train officers, but build alliances, not only share knowledge, but deepen trust, not only strengthen enforcement, but reinforce our shared responsibility to the ocean.
The ministry and other related personnel are working day in and out to secure our marine resources. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Focall Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Great deals all day, every day. Available now at Marco's Pizza. Order today.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exoma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is producing work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it. Wait, you on a live?
Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive Fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Centennial celebrations continue for the Government High School, which swung open its doors on April 27, 1925, as the first fully government transported secondary school. Our West Alex Horps gives us all the details of Mall exhibition of 100 years of excellence, resilience, and nation building.
The expo provides quite a unique view into the government high school, which continues to shape the country's leadership. The school has produced governor generals, prime ministers, other government leaders, key legal minds, and branched out into sporting arenas with Golden Girl Pauline Davis-Thompson.
And I remember going out there because my fellow government high schoolers, those that came before me, came there early in the morning to support us and to let us understand we're going to be in that stand, we're going to be cheering for you, we need you to run through the war. So, go back into the bush. Your team ain't getting no power and your coach ain't no good. And we used to run through the war because of the support from former alumni of the government high school.
Guest speaker at the opening of the expo, former cabinet secretary and proud GHS alumna Camille Johnson said GHS have shaped generations of leaders.
Numerous GHS alumni became secretaries, teachers, doctors, nurses, priests, pastors, parents, community leaders. So many understood the true nature of service, and many returned to teach at their alma mater. Anatole Rogers, class of 33. Arlington Butler, class of 58. Claire Smith-Hepburn and Ellen Coakley-Smith, class of 62.
More notable achievements of past students were highlighted, many of whom went to become educators, doctors, artists, and public servants who have contributed significantly, like former Minister of Tourism Vincent Vanderpool Wallace.
You had to sit an exam in order to pass to go to the government high school. So I tell people whenever they want to hear it, I learned as much from my classmates and my peers as I did from my teachers, because it was always a very challenging kind of experience where people would always come and say, I bet you can't tell me why such and such a thing happened. So you had that kind of challenge in order to make sure that you knew you're in a very special place.
The exhibition featured historic photographs and archived documents tracing the evolution of GHS from its early days to its present role. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
Oh, fantastic story there, Wes. LaDawn and Marlena join us live for a sneak peek of Access Now on this Friday. Ladies?
Well, because we have a different twist this Entertainment Friday. We are going to be showing a music video of Shad Fur.
Yes,
Marlena,
yes.
I'm excited about that.
Of course. I feel like all of his music is always awesome, so I can't wait to show you guys that one. And I think we've also, that little special twist, I think you'll be surprised by our guests this evening for our interviews. You gotta stay tuned.
Yeah.
I'll stay with us. Our feature story is up next.
Diet-friendly special.
What? You don't know who TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation?
You mean the Ministry of Tourism?
No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps to develop and grow behemoth businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, boy? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do?
What does do?
Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
And they not like us, a light moment for ZNS staffers, who boots, or rather sneakers, hit the ground this afternoon. The lunchtime social ended with snacks and a raffle with 12 prizes up for grabs. The top prize, dinner for two at Poseidon, Atlantis Paradise Island. The winner, radio announcer Couture Clark. Congratulations. Well, that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
I am a master plumber by profession. I've been doing plumbing for over 40 odd years. When I was 9 months old, I was diagnosed with polio. To me, living with polio, I took it the way it is. I never allowed my polio to get in my way of anything. In fact, I love when people doubt me, and I just prove them wrong. And let me tell you, in the world, you could only find a plumber as good as me, but you ain't gonna find no plumber better than me. People with disability, they just need a chance. In this program, I feel so encouraged. Most of the mentors have different kind of disability, but disabilities like me. Sharing and caring and showing so much support with people with disability. They would encourage you to go beyond. I wish this was around a long time ago. Right now, I would have been a millionaire. You out there who have a disability, don't be afraid. Take the step. If you believe it, you could achieve it. And remember one thing, ain't no one better than me, and ain't no one better than y'all. God made all us equal.
For more information about how the SBDC can help your small business to make a big impact, give us a call at 461-7232 or visit sbdcbahamas.com.
Services has a brand new headquarters. Access Now is there and has a story.
And C.I. Gibson takes its music very seriously. The school gave a music scholarship to a very lucky student. Details straight ahead.
Plus, no man is left behind. Check out these details from a differently abled job fair.
And coming up in sports, day one of the Bahamas Aquatic Swimming Nationals in the books.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now.
What can I say? It's Friday, or Friday, as the young ones would say, right?
This week definitely went by in a flash, but I feel like Friday did not come a moment too soon. It was just Monday, but I'm welcoming the Friday.
That's why we have to celebrate each day, make each day an outstanding memory, right, Marlena?
Yes, and let's start the celebration right after this newscast. I'm celebrating summer.
You're ready in summer?
Summer.
Yes, today definitely is, but sounds like a plan to me. But let's dive right into the news, shall we? A major step for the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting today as the ministry continues on in its efforts to provide safety, security, and dignity to the communities underserved. Danielle Dean was there and has the details.
We live in a society where the vulnerable are the afterthoughts, you know. Who would think that a building as nice as this would be used to service the most vulnerable of our society?
The building Minister of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, the Honourable Miles LaRota, refers to is the renovated Blue Hill Road Social Services headquarters, officially commissioned Friday. Guests include Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Brave Davis, Commissioner of Police Shanton Knowles, Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas Chairman Picewell Forbes, and President of Arawak Homes, Frannon Wilson. Minister LaRota highlighted the critical role his ministry plays in national life, noting that the renovated building now gives customers and staff a more comfortable space, allowing for more effective and accessible service.
I've been in sexier ministries, but I know that I am programmed, and PS know that I check my watch every 2 hours because there's either a fire that displaced people, There's either domestic violence where women are affected and children are affected.
With this, the keys to a shelter with an unknown location for the protection of occupants were handed over to the ministry just a few months ago. And according to Social Services Permanent Secretary, Phaedra Ramming-Turnquest has 20 bedrooms. The headquarters also features 2 elevators to improve differently abled visitors' experience. But even in the midst of these major highs, Minister LaRota says he's fully aware he doesn't have the privilege of burying his head in the sand.
The sad part about social services is this. Some of the claims are justified, but there are certain things that people could attack. Me, I sign up for this. I'm a public figure. But there are some individuals who work at social services who are not deserving of the criticism that come that way.
However, he says the department staff is committed to serving the public in a dignified manner, even when things aren't ideal. And this new building will assist tremendously in their work. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Thanks, Danielle. Well, it was more than just an audition. It was a defining moment for C.I. Gibson student Rashawn Lord. With nerves high and notes even higher, he stepped into the spotlight, chasing the dream that would soon become a reality. Our Maya Moss takes it from here.
C.I. Gibson's Rashawn Lord has struck the right chord, earning a music scholarship that's sure to set the stage for a bright future. With talent in perfect harmony and dedication that never misses a beat, Rashawn's journey proves that when you play your heart out, success is music to everyone's ears.
First you have to apply, then you have to go into a room so you can warm up and prepare. Then when they call you in, you have to play your scales, play your piece, and then they'll tell you how you did. I just wanted to try set myself up as a success and get a scholarship so I could go off and further my education.
C.I. Gibson's director of music, Carlano Bain, praised Lord for his outstanding work, calling his success a shining example of what passion can achieve. He encourages other students to follow their dreams, reminding them that every great melody begins with a single note and not to be afraid to play yours.
If I was to use one word to describe Rashawn, it would be perseverance. He came in grade 10. And listen, we started off from scratch. And I would like to say a huge shout out to his mom, because when he came in, he didn't even know what a saxophone was. And at the time, we didn't even have a saxophone here for him to play. So I spoke to his mom, and she boots on the ground and went and got him an instrument. So we started basically from scratch. Keep going. The sky is the limits. You have to work for what you want in this life. It isn't going to fall in your lap, all right? As a musician, as an upcoming musician, get on your skills. Find challenging pieces that you can audition with. Work on your tone quality and work on your discipline, because without discipline, you cannot achieve much things in this life.
The graduate hit every high note on his path to success, showing what's possible with heart and hard work. As C.I. Gibson celebrates his achievement, he's setting the tone for others to follow. For the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Amaya Moss.
Great story there, Maya. Well, the Department of Labor is partnering with the Special Education Unit at the Ministry of Education to host a first-of-its-kind job fair for persons across the disability spectrum this Saturday. The event is set to facilitate as many as 100 persons at the Learning Resource Center in Palmdale. Director of Labor Howard Thompson says Corporate Bahamas has already joined in, helping to diversify the employee pool, providing new employment opportunities for the group, which can easily be overlooked in a normal work environment.
We have the Airport Authority will be here on Saturday, along with ATOS, Dunkin' Donuts, Super Value, Cleaning Masters, McDonald's, and I think I can go ahead and say this, that the Department of Labor will probably be looking for a couple of differently abled persons as well. My colleague just confirmed to me that we have one person who's disabled there, but we may be hoping to onboard a couple more persons so long as they can fit within what we're needing.
Thompson says even if not successful in this upcoming employment drive, the Department of Labor will continue to press toward assisting others in the long-term opportunities.
So it's not one of those things where you come here and you get one interview and no one calls you back. They are specifically looking for differently abled persons. So please, I encourage all persons to try to make every effort to be here on Saturday.
Young author Taraj Cox joins us live in studio to talk about his new book, plus it's Entertainment Friday, and we're watching Shad Fur tonight, so keep it locked.
Saving money is tough until you shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Kraft macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounces, $1.19. Kellogg's giant size cereals, assorted, 23 to 28 ounces, $6.39. Sweet peaches, $1.99 per pound. Whole chicken wings, $1.69 per pound. Super Value butane gas, 8 ounces, $1.99. Join the Super Value Quality Points program at any Super Value or Quality supermarkets.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Ruby's Ultra Tech in your car. Fill up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Spend less and go far. Fuel up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby's Ultra Tech in your tech and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
It's time for your Access weather forecast, and today marks the official start of the summer season. It starts here on the 20th of June, and that will take place more specifically at about 10:42 tonight, and that's when the sun is directly over the Tropic of Cancer. Live weather radar showing pockets of showers over the open waters of the Caribbean Sea there, and that has been the pattern for the past couple of days, and they continue to drift towards the west. Now, your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. Now, for the Northwest Bahamas tonight, right through Saturday, those winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Now, your low tide, that will occur at 10:29 tonight. A second low tide at 10:32 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern islands tonight and tomorrow, east to southeast winds as well, but the speeds are going to be around 12 to 18 knots, and the wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So we're asking small craft to continue to exercise caution in the central and southeastern islands. That's going to do it not quite yet. We got to take you into Sunday, though. We have a slight change in our wind profile. It becomes more easterly at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The low tide on Sunday, that will take place at 11:29 in the morning with a high tide at 6:02 in the afternoon. And then for the central and southeastern islands on Sunday, once again, easterly flow, 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Is this a party or what? This the big bad, Sarah. Take it out. Oh, yeah. Let's do it, y'all. Tonight the mood is right. Y'all them look so nice. Keep on playing this sweet old music. Say that people can't refuse.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Marlena.
Thanks, Basil. Well, we have some really special guests with us this evening. The young author of A Teenager's Guide to Following Christ, Taraj Cox, and his mom, Cindy Cox, are here with us. Welcome to Access Now on a Friday.
Thank you.
Now, Taraj, first of all, before we even get started, how old are you?
13.
13, and you've already published, and oh, happy belated birthday. And you've published a book already. How old were you when you realized that you wanted to write, or you were interested in making a book?
I was 12 years old because, you know, one time I really wanted a way to help others find Christ, grow in Him, and accept Him. So I decided to write a book that could reach people all around the globe.
Amazing, because that was going to be my follow-up. You know, why this topic for you? And clearly it's something that's close to home. What's the reaction been like for people when you tell them that's what your book is about?
They were excited and encouraging me, cheering me on, letting me know that I have their support.
Amazing. How long did it take you to write this book?
Maybe 2 months.
2 months. That's amazing. And Cindy, what's it like to be the mom of a young author?
I'm extremely proud, especially in today's society where so many of our young men are being held before the court or, you know, shot dead. I'm extremely proud that as a teenager, from the peer pressure, he still is able to stand up and be proud to say, you know what, I love the Lord. And so we are extremely proud of Taraj.
Amazing. And so, speaking of being that good influence, can you give us some examples of what the advice people would find in your book would be?
So the book goes over a topic like how to overcome sin and temptation. So it teaches people to focus on God, keep your eyes towards God, because where He is, sin cannot abound, sin cannot live. So I really just try to communicate with my audience and the readers that once you pay attention to God, once you focus on pleasing Him, He will help you and sin will naturally slip off.
Amazing. What awesome advice.
Brilliant.
I mean, when did you realize that you've got this wise young man next to you?
I will tell you, a lot of people may not believe this, but my husband and my daughter will attest to this. From he was 10 months old, we know he was special. He was talking clearly.
Oh, wow.
10 months clearly, right?
Yes.
Clearly. When we would pull up in the driveway, he would raise his hands up and he would say, praise the Lord, thank you, Jesus. We reach. Every time he would give praise to God.
Oh my goodness.
And so we knew that, and at the age of 5 years old, one of his friends, our neighbor, came to us crying, could you please tell Taraj, stop talking about Jesus. He talks about Jesus too much. I'm tired of hearing about Jesus. So he had a fire and a passion in his heart when he was a little child. So.
And now that's gone straight into your gift, and it's part of what you're sharing with the world.
Yes.
Amazing. And so where can people find this book, and how can they purchase it?
Okay, so Taraj, you want to answer?
I'll answer it.
Okay, go ahead.
The book is available on Amazon, Ingram Spark, Barnes & Nobles online, and soon to be in Logos Bookstore at Harbor Bay.
Amazing. And so do you have any plans for future books, or are we focusing on this one for now?
I will most likely write a few books in the future, but right now, it's just this book.
Amazing. And before we go, I see you've got a couple of copies there. Can you show them for, I think, maybe this camera here?
Okay.
There you go. So now you know where you can find them online. And thank you so much, Taraj, Cindy. We really appreciate you coming in. Amazing to see such a good example for not only for people your age, but for anybody who's been inspired to write a book. Just go ahead and follow that dream and be that good influence. So thank you so much for coming here tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
And for us, it's time for us to check in with ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Day one of the Swimming National Championships in the books. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Hey, ladies, where's the Dave? Oh, okay, thanks. Bets.
Greg, what's up?
Ready, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
You what?
He's meditating. You've got to give him at least an hour.
All right, well, I can wait. I'm going to do. Been a sale now on to Independence.
This summer, make your statement in color. Ramilda Rose Designs proudly presents the Bohemia Print Collection, a vibrant tribute to island elegance and effortless style. Available now for pre-order and officially launching June 8th. Be bold, be beautiful. Let your style speak Bahamian boldness. Place your orders today at RamildaRoseDesigns.net. Ramilda Rose Designs, where fashion meets heritage.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. will help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before things get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Welcome to your TGIF Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. One day of competition already in the books over at the Betty Kelly Kenning Aquatic Center. This year's Bahamas Aquatic Swimming Nationals. This report from our Eugene Stewart. We hear who is atop the medal count after the first two sessions.
The sweet sounds of Junkanoo echoed the stands for the evening session of the 53rd Annual Bahamas Aquatic Swimming Championships. Swimmers coming out of the blocks with high intensity as they continue to compete for their various clubs. Setting a new record in the boys' 11-12 50-meter backstroke was Kai Bastian with a time of 30.53 seconds.
It feels good. I'm very glad that I broke it. Every time it's before a race, I always focus and read my race. Like, I always think about what's going to happen in my race. And then I do it, and I that's what I did, and I got the record.
Also joining the record books was Olympian Lamar Taylor. Taylor touching the wall in the boys' 18 and over 50-meter backstroke with a time of 25.66 seconds.
It was a strong, comfortable race. I haven't swum the race in about 2 years, so it's good to get back into it and just get familiar with it right before World Championships. And pretty good time. I'm happy with it. Really close to my personal best. So just have to go back, review, and try to switch up things for Worlds. Try to get a pretty good start, make sure that I execute well and get my arms going and restart 50 tempo and try to hold it the entire way, really be able to rotate my shoulders, get my hips involved, and kick very strong and just, touch the wall.
Catch all of the action from the pool as the Swimming Nationals continues all weekend long at the Betty Kelly Kenning Aquatic Center. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Eugene Stewart.
And that's when we look at your sports on this Friday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out.
Your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from a live business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
This year, King Door National Parkinson Foundation is taking you back to the old school. With entertainment by TMF, the band formerly known as Maze.
Y'all better come on now.
Also appearing will be local artist Plotty and the Naked Eye and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Pop Band.
Save the date, Saturday, June 28th, 2025, Atlantis Paradise Island.
To purchase your tickets, call telephone 428-2588 or visit Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store, Mackey Street.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Welcome back. Come with us as we take a drone ride on the Cable Beach Strip. Big Nev Smith is our pilot tonight. And we're passing the golf course, and Goodman's Bay is over there on the right. We're heading right into Bahamar, but before we do that, it's actually time for us to take another flight into Exuma. Let's go.
Berkeley High School just graduated another stellar group of students with Azaria Williams named salutatorian and Dornisha Ferguson sailing to the top spot as valedictorian. The theme this year anchored in excellence, no surprise, from the sailing capital of the Bahamas. From the team here at Access Now, congratulations to the class of 2025. Remember, you are limitless because how could the sky be the limit when there are footprints on the moon? Marlena?
I love it. And as we said earlier, it's Entertainment Friday, but we're taking a different twist this week. Let's check out this music video by song artist Shadford with the cool hair, Like.
Yeah, baby.
Treat you right. I'm hypnotized by looking in your eyes. That's what I like. What I like. I'm down for whatever, however it happens. If I get to be with you, I might laugh, I'll cry, but I'm in love. If I'm dead or alive, I'd still be loved. I still love you. I still love you.
You're my kind, my type of gal, eh. I feel like wow when I see you smile, eh. I want you back, I need you now, eh. So what you for, girl? 'Cause I'm so down, 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 down for whatever, however it happens. If I get to be with you, I might laugh or cry, 'cause I'm in love. If I crash or fly, I'd still be loved. I'd still love you. I'd still love you.
I know what I like, and I know who I like. Kinda scared to love. Great days turn to fright nights. Super fight clubs, Mike Tyson fight nights. Never hit her, but what I give her make a night. But that don't make it right. We need something deeper. Deeper than your surface or cervix, a soul reaper. You don't think we could love? I'd make you a believer. Even if we gotta start as small as an amoeba. Make me see you levitate, babe. Do a leaper, let's do a leap of faith. Hey, straight into the ethers. Fingers in my fingers, only one thing we could think of. You looking like the truth, boo, and I'm a truth seeker. Let's do a duet. I let you feature. Pull up to the studio, no makeup, I love your features. Baby, boo, I like the letter B, 'cause you as sweet as a honeybee. Let me be your beekeeper. You a harem, scare on TVG, the cheapest creepers. How about a protector, respecter, stress reliever? Sweet as some stevia, feel as good as some sativa. Needless to say, I need you, so tell me when I can see ya.
Pretty good video there, and pretty good song too.
I was gonna say, I don't know about you, but I like that song.
You like?
I like that song.
Very catchy indeed.
Yeah.
Well, that does it for Access Now this evening, Marlena.
Yes, but stay tuned for the Bahamas tonight at 11 p.m. with our good friend, Royston Jones.
Good night, everybody, and have a fantastic weekend.
My motto is one girl at a time.
If we start with just one thing and we build on that, I think that makes a whole big difference. When we started out, we didn't anticipate having 1,000 children here. Our goal was to reach one child at a time. The whole idea was to find a safe place for them, some place for them to express their talents and their giftings, and also a positive environment for them to be in. I do the work that I do in my community because I see that they can become more than they are. I can see that they will be great in this community. I can see born leaders. And one thing I can say, the change in them has affected their families. If we started something small, it grows, and we have a greater impact on the community as a whole. Crime-free looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal, at the check-in counter, at security checkpoints, or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paisol Forbes. This is ZNS.
Father, good to see you. Congratulations on marking your 25th anniversary of ministry. To my parliamentary colleagues, ministers, and Sir Franklin, Commissioner of Police, Commodore of the Defense Force, and staff and members of the social services, and all well-wishers here present, senior police officers, my classmate, Jaime, that's Archdeacon Palacios, and of course, all of us are present. Let's say good morning. I'm sorry I cannot spend most of the day with you, or morning with you, but I have meetings with the IMF. I told them I have to leave and perhaps go back just to make sure that they get this right. Mr. Franklin, get that right. Well, good morning. I've come here to just to not only to participate in the ceremony, but also to speak plainly about what I believe and what this government stands for. You see, when I think about what it means to lead this country, it comes down to one thing: how we treat people, especially those who can't give us anything in return. My life has taught me that. I wasn't born into privilege. Or as my grandfather say, I had no silver spoon in my mouth. I know what it means to struggle. I've seen what poverty can do to a family. I've watched people fight hard to survive in a system that sometimes makes them feel small or forgotten. So when I say this, I say it from experience. No Bahamian should ever feel ashamed to ask for help. It is the mandate of my government, our solemn duty, to help those who need it most, to go the extra mile, to open every door, to exhaust every resource. If it means cutting red tape, then let us cut it. If it means finding one more dollar, then let's find it. You know, I would rather our government do too much for someone in need than to be remembered for doing too little. When you walk into the Department of Social Services, you should be met with respect, not suspicion, with warmth, not bureaucracy. If someone is coming to you for help, chances are they've already been through enough. And let me say this to the staff who serve here, from the front desk to the back office. You are doing a sacred work. For you, this alone is not only a job. This is service. This is ministry. You represent the kind of country we want to be. You know, the Bible tells the story of Jesus, who even in all his power sat and let a woman wash his feet with her tears. He didn't turn her away. He didn't judge her or her past. He accepted her offering because in that moment, it wasn't about status. It was about love, about dignity, about humanity. That's the spirit I want in this ministry. That's the spirit I expect. This renovated building is beautiful. It's modern. It's accessible. But what will define it, what will truly define it, is how people feel when they walk through those doors. Do they feel seen? Are they heard? And do we help them? You know, we are building a Bahamas where no one is left behind, where the vulnerable are not just protected, but prioritized. That's the country I believe in. That's the government I lead. And that's the legacy I want to leave behind. Not the buildings and the monuments, right? But how, let's say, how we treated the vulnerable amongst us when I move on. I want to say this again because I need my position to be clear. Yes, I acknowledge and respect the work this ministry does. You do the hard work, frustrating and sometimes heart-wrenching at times because of the stories you hear. The late-night job, the work that most people don't see. And I want to thank you for it. I want to thank you deeply for what you do. But let me be honest with you as well. I didn't come here to admire a building. I could care less about the paint on the walls or the size of the conference room. What I care about, what I will always care about, is how we treat people who come into this room. That's why I'm here. Just to remind each of us And I say remind each of us, I'm reminding myself, I'm including myself in this. That's why we do what we do. We're not in this for titles. We're not here to clock in and clock out. We're here to serve. Every Bahamian who walks through these doors deserves to feel seen, deserves to feel heard, and to be treated with dignity, no matter their story, no matter their circumstance. Not to be treated, I said, with suspicion. And that's the only thing that matters. So let us ensure that this becomes more than a renovation of your new home. Let it be renewed in spirit, in purpose, in how we see the people we are called to serve. So the team here, know that your Prime Minister sees you as well, that I respect what you do, and I'll fight to make sure you have what you need to serve our people with excellence, compassion, and care. May God bless you all, and may God bless our fine Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
This is civil action JC 708 of 2024, Lavarity versus Smith. Good morning, Mom. Step forward for me, please. Morning, sir. Step forward for me, please. All right. I will need both of you all to hold the Bible. I'm going to say the oath. You all will repeat after me. You understand that, Mom? Understand that, sir? I swear by the Almighty God.
I swear by the Almighty God.
That the evidence. Which I shall give. Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Places. So.
Plaintiff Barbara Lavarity is asking the court to order defendant Nathaniel Smith to pay private school fees for their son. The defendant says Lavarity is a gold digger, just looking for more money.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Carol Munnins presiding. Thank you. You may be seated. Your Honor, both parties will be ready being sworn in, ready to proceed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Worship.
All right, I have the matter of Lavarity versus Smith. You're Miss Lavarity?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, and I understand from the claim form that I have that you say that since you have a son with Mr. Smith, you all have a son, but he's married and he has two children who attend private school.
Yes.
And you are seeking for an order that an order for Mr. Smith to pay maintenance that would allow your son to attend private school as well.
That is correct.
All right. And Mr. Smith, I understand that your claim is, your response is that you want the courts, not Ms. Lavarity, to determine how much maintenance you should pay for the son that the two of you have together.
That is correct, Your Worship.
Right. And you all have a son that's 7 years old, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And your other sons that you have with Mrs. Smith, how old are they?
14 and 12, respectively.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Lavarity, tell me about your claim, please.
So our son is 7, and he lives with me, so I carry most of the financial load. Now, our son isn't doing as well as I'd hoped in public school. He has about 27 other kids in his class.
Right.
So he's pretty much getting lost in the crowd. And I would like to enroll him in a private school. He has 2 other kids that go to a private school. And if he can be intentional about their education, I feel as though he should also be intentional about our child's education. Now,
He likes to cry poor mouth, but he is known online as the traveling plumber. He owns a plumbing company. He goes away every other month, but he wants to give me a hard time about paying for our son to go to school, something that is a necessity.
Well,
I'm
maybe
only
he's
asking him to
working.
meet me halfway.
I see.
And help pay $1,500 per term for our son.
Okay, what is he paying now? What is he paying you now?
He pays
for
me
maintenance?
$100 a month in child support.
No, man.
Simple
$100 a month?
Yes, ma'am. That's what he pays me. At the time of the court order, he did not have a job. He has a job now. And I've been quite understanding about the fact that this is a change in the dynamic. He can now work.
Right.
I have not hassled him about anything else. I simply want him to do his part in giving our son a nice education.
Okay, so you're working.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
And your son lives with you?
Yes, he does.
Okay, and he is in public school?
He's in public school right now, yes.
So the $100, how long was it that the order was made? How long ago was the order for the $100 a month made?
Our son was 3.
Okay.
3 years of age.
Yes, Mr. Smith, what do you have to say?
Your Honor, there's inconsistencies in our story.
Wait, are you a lawyer? I don't need you to tell me about inconsistencies. Just tell me what it is. She says that when the order for $100 was made, $100 per month, you were not working, but now you're working. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you're a plumber, I understand.
That's correct.
Okay. She said that you're known online as a traveling plumber. So you're a plumber that likes to travel, or you're a traveling plumber, meaning that you travel to deliver plumbing services?
Like I said, it's inaccurate. I am not online, nor am I a traveling plumber.
No, I asked you if you, well, you are a plumber. You've said you're a plumber, right. Do you travel for work is what I asked you specifically.
Never left Nassau to do any plumbing work.
Okay, well, I was just trying to clarify. Okay, and then you're saying that you're not what? You're not online, or you don't travel? What is?
I don't know where she got that story from, Your Worship.
Okay, so do you think then that you should now, since you're working regularly now, that you should pay more than $100 a month for your son?
Definitely I am, already.
Okay, and how do you pay that? I mean, are you giving her the money, are you paying it into court? What is happening?
Your Worship, there's history to explain here.
Oh, I see, you want to tell me a story. Okay,
Yes.
go ahead. Go ahead, let's
Back
hear.
in 2019, during the pandemic and lockdowns,
Yes.
business plummeted.
Okay.
And then, of course, I wasn't able to do what I normally would do to maintain the child.
Yes.
It just so happens that she and I negotiated, and I agreed to give her a bare minimum of $100 and whatever else extra I could afford as business progressed.
I see. So
My problem is
that
she-
was a minimum, the $100 was
Yes.
the minimum.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I've ever
yes.
gotten.
But, you know, she's the gold digging type. She wants as much as she can out of me.
Now, you don't have to throw lowness at the young lady in my court. You just
$100 ain't no money.
hold on. You don't have to, I mean,
I apologize.
we're not here really to impugn her character. You are explaining to me about what you can afford.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I'm not interested in whether she's gold digging or not, because I don't have any gold to give her. Okay?
Neither do I.
You don't have
Your
none.
Worship.
So, you saying that the $100 ordered was minimum. So what have you been paying?
Besides the minimum requirement of $100,
Yes.
We basically will 50-50 on all the bills as it relates to the child. Food.
You've been going 50-50 on the other bills?
No, Your Honor. That is not the case.
Is he giving you any more than the $100?
No, he is not. He does not give me anything additionally.
Do you have any evidence to show me where you've
Yes,
been giving
Your
her
Worship.
more
I
than...
have a record of all.
Let me see them, please, Corporal Mackey.
And Your Honor, if I may?
Well, let him finish the story. He said he has a story to tell me, so...
Your Worship, on that paper you'll see that I've been keeping a meticulous record of every time I would give monies or make purchases.
Yes?
Yes, just to, because I knew this day would come, knowing the type of person she is. So I was well prepared. And if you look clearly, you can see that I've been maintaining that child as best as I can with the little income I have. On average, I make about $1,600 to $2,000 a month on slow periods, but as things progress, because it fluctuates.
Right.
And I increase when I can. That's why you see the inconsistency of amounts given to her. Yes.
Okay.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Carroll.
So you wanted to put that in her pipe and smoke it?
No, I just want the record to be clear because she tends to exaggerate facts.
You seem determined to want to pay little or nothing for this son of yours because of the low opinion you appear to have of Miss Lavarity.
Justice with Judge Carroll is brought to you by Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store.
To get your case heard, call 242-445-4955 or email us at info@judgecarroll.net.
Join us each Sunday at 5 p.m. and Tuesdays at 2:30 p.m. for Legends, the Untold Story, here on the ZNS Television Network.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Dr. Gale, and I'm inviting you to be a part of a journey where we open the Word of God to receive strength, to receive empowerment from the Scriptures as they have been written. Get your Bibles, get your cup of coffee or your tea, because this journey is gonna be great. This is your day of victory.
The thought of colon cancer never really crossed my mind until 2019, when a very good friend of mine was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. I was shocked. Everybody was shocked because he was a picture of perfect health. He was young, athletic, successful, and full of life. Many of us are still in disbelief. I started to question my own health because if it happened to him, surely it could happen to me. Then came the fear, the anxiety, and everything else in between. Facing your own mortality is very sobering. But for me, I decided right then to have a colonoscopy, and I'm glad I did.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer diagnosed in Bahamian men and women. Fortunately, almost all colon cancers are preventable. A colonoscopy or some other appropriate form of colon cancer screening is recommended for everyone over the age of 45. During a colonoscopy, we can detect and remove colon polyps that may grow and later become colon cancers. Don't wait until you develop symptoms, such as blood in your stool, abdominal pain, a significant change in your bowel habits, or unintentional weight loss. These may all be indications of a severe problem that requires immediate attention. If you're over the age of 45 or have any of those symptoms, talk to your doctor about the benefits of colon cancer screening today.
Justice with Judge Carroll.
Your 14-year-old and your 12-year-old are in private school.
That is correct.
Okay.
They are with children born within wedlock.
Yes. But they are in private school.
Yes, ma'am, and there's a reason for that.
Are you going to share it with us?
Yes, Your Worship. My wife is an alumni of the same school, St. Andrews, and she insists that her children attend that school, and she pays the majority of the fees because of her personal desire, and she can afford to because she's a manager of a local bank.
I see. Okay. So you wanted to put that in her pipe and smoke it?
No, I just want the record to be clear because she tends to exaggerate facts.
See, there you go again.
Yeah.
It's
a personal thing.
Mr. Smith, I really, how should I say this? I don't like, let me just say it this way. I don't like the fact that you seem to, you have a child, a 7-year-old son with Miss Lavarity. but you seem determined to want to pay little or nothing for this son of yours because of the low opinion you appear to have of Miss Lavality. Now, the law says that a father is responsible to care for his child, whether or not the child is in wedlock or out of wedlock, right? And the law, there's nothing in the Child Protection Act that qualifies that by the character of the mother and or anything else in relation to the mother. The welfare of the child is of paramount importance. Miss Lavality has expressed a concern that your son, which is also her son, is struggling in school because of the class size. And as well, I imagine, the fact that